Hi Krista, it's Darwin Day, and as you and I both know, Darwin was a bit of a chauvinist, kind of a jerk, very much a 19th century gentleman. But his idea is a powerful one, and I am excited about evolution. To me, evolution is about kinship, the kinship of all living beings. Of course, the kinship of humanity as well, no matter how great or ancient and distinction between two peoples might seem, it is a blink in the eye of evolutionary history. But more importantly, all of us, all living things, share a common ancestry, and that affects us to this day. As different as I find myself from a fig or a shiitake, I know that fundamentally we are the same. That even though they're pseudo-hyphae or creepy and multinucleate, they have nuclei. That even though the fig reproduces using some sort of creepy wasp trap, and that the wasp husk is probably in there if you're eating a mature fig, the fig and I share mitochondria. Our cells are powered in the same way. We all have cells. And none of this is by accident or through random chance, but through an organized process of distinction. Eventually, it was no longer useful for my ancestors to share the same genetic traits as this ammonite, and we diverged. I mean, obviously, well before this ammonite was an ammonite, or ammonites were a thing generally. My ancestors diverged from it. But the point is that we share a common ancestor, and that commonality is what explains our similarities and our differences. We're all cousins. Certainly all animals are cousins. I mean, the archaea and the bacteria and possibly the fungi probably split from us before we were reproducing sexually, but you know, we're relatives to them, and the rest of us, definitely cousins. All the chordates, all humans, certainly cousins. I mean, unless you're like, oh, you got a father and son. I mean, they're not cousins, they're father and son. Unless they're also cousins. Whew, got a little sidetracked there. The point is that we are all kin, but family isn't just about kinship, it's also about love. So it's important that we extend our circle of compassion, at least to include all humanity. I mean, get on this. We've only had all of history. But also, once, we've got that little task taken care of, we can work on extending the scope of our compassion to all other living beings, because not only are we kin with them, we rely on them. The whole ecosystem is a network of cousins working together to provide for their mutual, really to extract nutrients from one another. But the point is that the relationship is often beneficial for everyone involved. On a more personal note, I guess this means that the phrase chosen family is a bit of a misnomer, because whether we choose to accept it or not, we're all family. But Krista, I'm still glad we chose each other. I will see you tomorrow. Earlier today I was like, oh, I look too white on the monitor, I'm gonna go shave and put on makeup. And while I was doing that, the sun set. Perfect.